Today we are going to start with the next chapter, chapter 6. In chapter 5 we learned how to find out the derivatives in various situations according to the given function. In this chapter we are going to use that concept of derivatives. If it is clear in that chapter and you have done your work, you have practiced the questions, then only you will be able to do this chapter. So basically we are going to use the derivatives in various branches. Application of these derivatives in engineering, it is being used in science, in social science, and many other places we keep on using these application of derivatives. See how we are going to use it. In this chapter we will be taking out the rate of change of the quantities. It depends upon what are being asked. It can be a rate of change of distance per unit time. It can be asked rate of change of volume according to the length of an edge of anything, or the volume with respect to the radius accordingly. Secondly, we will be able to find the equations of tangent and normal to a curve at a given point. Already we had done in class 11th how to find out the equation of tangent. There we were using m for slope, but in this chapter we will be using the derivative of the given function, that will be the slope. Third thing, to find the turning points of the graph of a function, which in turn will help us locate points at which the largest or smallest value of a function occurs. Means wherever the maximum or the minima will be occurring, that also we will be able to find out. Fourth thing, to find the intervals in which the given function is increasing or decreasing. And the last is to find the approximate value of certain quantities. These all things we are going to study in this chapter, how to find it out. So first topic comes with rate of change of quantities. Basically exercise 6.1 is based on this only. So let's see what we are basically going to do. This is the easiest exercise of this chapter. So obviously that is why it is 6.1. Suppose how we are going to do this. Let y is equal to fx be a given function. If the change of one quantity y varies with another quantity x, how we write it? Dy by dx. Because y is varying with respect to x and we denote it by f dash x. This is rate of change of y with respect to x. If we have to find out this rate of change at a given point x is equal to x0, we write it dy by dx, x is equal to x0. After finding this dy by dx, we put in place of x as x0. We will be doing an example, then you will be able to understand more clearly. Further, if y is not given in the form of x, it is given in the form of t, and x is also given in the form of t. Just as we did in the previous chapter, parametric form will be used and dy by dx will be found by dividing dy by dt upon dx upon dt, where this dx by dt should not be equal to 0. It's very obvious. So let's do few questions of exercise 6.1. See exercise 6.1. First question. The volume of a cube is increasing at the rate of 8 centimeter cube per second. How fast is the surface area increasing when the length of an edge is 12 centimeter? See here we are given the volume of a cube is increasing at the rate of, we have to see the unit, centimeter cube per second means volume upon time. So we are given this as dV by dt. This is dV by dt and we have to find out surface area, how fast it is growing, means we have to find ds by dt. So volume of the cube is, if we say that the edge of the cube is x, then volume of the cube will be x cube, and surface area, let's denote it by s, will be 6x square. Rate of change of volume, let's change it dy by dt, dv by dt, dv by dx into dx by dt. Now what we are given here, dv by dt. We'll be substituting this value over here. Let's see. dy by dt is given as 8 centimeter cube per second. So we had here differentiated dv by dx, which gives us 3x square, and this is dx by dt. This value we will be substituting here. This was dv by dt. So this becomes 8 is equal to 3x square dx by dt. We are finding it here dx by dt, so it will become 8 upon 3x square. We are supposed to find ds upon dt, but here we are finding dx by dt because that is being used in further equation. So surface area is 6x square. If we had to find ds upon dt, it will be ds upon dx and then dx upon dt. So derivative of this 6x square, this becomes 6 into 2x, which will give us 12x into dx by dt. And now this is dx by dt, which we found out here. From here we will be substituting in this place, and after this solving I am getting here 32 upon x centimeter square per second. Already it is being told in the question, we have to tell when the edge of the cube is 12 centimeter. So in the last, substituting in place of x as 12, and I am getting 8 upon 3, or you can write 2 by 3 centimeter square per second. Right? Let's do one more question. The concept will be more clear. See, this is question number 8 of your exercise 6.1. A balloon which always remains spherical is being inflated by pumping in 900 centimeter cube of gas per second. Please pay attention on this unit. Means it is volume per second. Second means it is given again dv by dt. Right? Find the rate at which the radius of the balloon increases when the radius is 15 centimeter. Means we have to find dr by dt when r is equal to 15 centimeter. Now for this, your mensuration portion should be clear. You should be very thorough with the formulas of cube, cuboid, sphere, cylinder, everything. So see, what was given? dv by dt was given 900 centimeter cube per second. We have to find dr by dt when r is 15 centimeter. So let's first thing differentiate. Volume of the sphere is always 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Differentiating this with respect to t. So it gives us 4 by 3 pi is a constant term, moving it out. This becomes 3r square and then dr upon dt. This is the value of dv by dt, and we already know this dv by dt was given as 900. Substituting the value, we get here dr by dt as 900 upon 4 pi r ki power 2. This is the value. Now we are supposed to find dr by dt when r is equal to 15. So in place of r we will be using 15, and in place of pi we will be using as 22 by 7. Substituting the values and solving, I am getting here as 7 upon 22. If I take this 7 in the denominator, it becomes 22 by 7, which is equal to pi. So I can write this answer as 1 upon pi centimeter per second also. Now you have to finish exercise 6.1 in your notebooks. Right? So have a good day and start doing chapter number 6, exercise 6.1.